Oh, you just ate. You know you did. You can feel it. And yet something in your brain is already scanning the kitchen, already thinking about what comes next, already doing the thing you told yourself you would stop doing. This is not weakness. This is not a lack of willpower. This is 2 million years of survival engineering running a program that was never designed for the world you live in now. Your hunger does not exist to feed you. It exists to keep you alive in a world that almost never had enough food. That is the world your brain was built for, not this one. In 2011, a researcher named David Kessler, former commissioner of the US Food and Drug Administration, published findings from years of investigation into why people cannot stop eating certain foods. His conclusion was not that people were weak. His conclusion was that the food itself had been engineered to override the brain's natural stopping mechanism. Salt, fat, sugar, combined in precise ratios designed not to satisfy hunger, but to hijack the reward system and loop it back to the beginning. Kessler called it conditioned hypereating. The food industry called it a good product, but to understand why that hijacking works so perfectly, you have to go back much further than any laboratory. Your ancestors woke up every morning with one biological priority: find food before something else finds you. There was no refrigerator, there was no delivery app, there was no guarantee that tomorrow's hunt would succeed, or that the berry bushes would still be full by afternoon. The humans who survived were the ones whose brains screamed loudest when calories were nearby. Eat now. Eat more. Eat everything you can because you do not know when the next meal is coming. That screaming is still happening inside you, right now. Every day. The mechanism is dopamine, not the pleasure chemical. That is a common misunderstanding. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. It is the signal your brain fires not when you receive a reward, but when it predicts one is coming. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent decades mapping this system in primates and humans. What he found changed how scientists understand motivation entirely. When a reward is certain and expected, dopamine barely responds. But when a reward is uncertain, when it might come, when it could be bigger than last time, when the outcome is unpredictable, dopamine floods the system. The brain does not want the reward. The brain wants the chase. This is why you can finish a meal and still feel the pull toward more. The meal satisfied your body. It did not satisfy the ancient hunting loop still running in your mind. And food scientists know this. They study it with the same precision that Schultz brought to his lab. The term in the industry is vanishing caloric density. You see foods engineered to dissolve in your mouth before your body can register that you ate anything. Chips, cheese puffs, certain crackers. They disappear before the satiety signal fires, which means the signal never fires, which means the loop never closes. Your brain keeps hunting because it never received the signal that the hunt was over. Your ancestors did not have this problem. A piece of meat took effort to chew. Fruit had fiber. Nuts had a shell. Every calorie required time, and that time gave the body the 15 to 20 minutes it needs to send the fullness signal from the gut to the brain. Modern food eliminated that delay on purpose. There is also the question of variety. Researcher Barbara Rolls at Penn State has studied what she calls sensory-specific satiety for decades. The finding is simple and devastating. Your brain gets bored of a single flavor very quickly and interprets that boredom as hunger. Offer a new flavor and appetite resets almost immediately. In a world of scarcity, this made perfect sense. If you had eaten all the berries on one bush, moving to a different bush, a different flavor, meant more calories, more survival. Your brain rewarded the shift. It still does. The buffet is not tempting because you are hungry. It is tempting because every new dish sends a fresh hunger signal regardless of how full you are. The modern food environment is not a collection of meals. It is a sequence of dopamine triggers, each one precisely calibrated to reset the loop before it can close. And then there is stress. Because the ancient brain did not separate hunger from danger, cortisol, the stress hormone, signals the body to eat. In the environment your ancestors lived in, stress meant physical threat, which meant energy expenditure, which meant caloric depletion was likely coming. The brain learned to preload. Eat now while you can, because whatever is chasing you is going to cost you. Psychologist Elissa Epel at the University of California, San Francisco has studied stress eating for 2 decades. Her research shows that cortisol specifically increases cravings for high-fat, high-sugar foods. not salad. The ancient emergency ration, the fastest fuel. Your brain under stress does not want something nutritious. It wants the most concentrated calories available, and it wants them immediately. In a world with no predators but an endless stream of deadlines, notifications, financial pressure, and social anxiety, cortisol runs at a low constant level in most modern humans. The emergency eating signal never fully turns off. You are not stress eating because something is wrong with you. You are stress eating because your brain believes something is wrong with the world. And technically, across evolutionary time, it learned that belief the hard way. The cruelest part is that the foods the food industry has engineered to exploit this system are the exact foods the stressed ancient brain craves most. Ultra-processed, high-fat, high-sugar, engineered to dissolve before the signal fires, designed to cycle the dopamine loop before it can close. The system is not broken, it is working exactly as designed, just not for you. Understanding this does not make the pull disappear, but it changes what the pull means. The next time you find yourself standing in front of an open refrigerator 20 minutes after dinner, you are not failing. You are running a 2 million-year-old survival program in a world that has been specifically architected to exploit it. Your ancestors could not stop eating either when food was in front of them. The ones who could stop, the ones who felt full and walked away, often did not survive the next winter. You are here because your hunger was relentless, because your brain would not quit, because the loop kept running long after it should have closed. That same loop is why you are standing in the kitchen again tonight. It is not a flaw in you, it is the oldest proof that you come from a long line of people who refused to stop.